Card, please.
"14-year-old Martina Hingis stepped onto the court for her first competitive match on the WTA Tour. She had all the hallmarks of her age. Braces on her teeth, hair in a ponytail, and the kind of fearless swagger that only comes with being young and gifted. Within 2 years, she was lifting the Australian Open singles trophy, becoming the youngest ever Grand Slam singles champion in tennis history. Record breakers don't come any more precocious. By the time Martina Hingis had started making tennis headlines, she was already a veteran of the sport that gave her everything, including her name. Born in Czechoslovakia in September 1980, her mother, Melanie Molitor, who later became her coach, named her Martina after Czech-born tennis legend Martina Navratilova. Little Martina Hingis held her first racket at the age of 2 and was soon living up to her namesake and her destiny. Hingis was just 12 when she won the 1992 Roland Garros Junior Tournament. 2 years later, she made her memorable WTA Tour debut at the Zurich Open in Switzerland, the country she and her mother had moved to when she was 7. Within a year of her tour debut, 15-year-old Hingis teamed up with the much older Czech player Helena Suková to win the women's doubles title at Wimbledon, becoming the youngest winner of a Grand Slam title. The pace of her development was as quick as the feet that move so effortlessly to every ball, and she was rewriting the record books as she went. Young players always bring a surge of excitement to tennis, and Hingis was no exception, attracting crowds and headlines wherever she went. Fans and media clamoured to watch this smiling young assassin outwit a string of older, bigger and more experienced opponents. They also flocked to hear her speak with sassy, unguarded candour in press conferences. If her off-court persona was raw and unpolished, her tennis was just the opposite. With Melanie's masterful coaching behind her and a rare talent for anticipating shots and outthinking opponents, Hingis feared no one. By 1997, aged 16, she was unstoppable. Her season of brilliance began with her first Grand Slam singles title at the Australian Open. It marked the start of a mutual love affair with Melbourne that would lead her to 3 singles trophies and a slew of doubles and mixed doubles titles down under. At 16 years, 3 months and 26 days, she remains the youngest player to win any senior Australian Open title, and she was the youngest player to win a major title in the 20th century. A horse riding accident in spring 1997 affected her preparation for Roland Garros. However, she still reached her second Grand Slam final in a row, before losing to the unheralded Croatian Iva Majoli. Weeks later, and she was in ruthless form at Wimbledon, beating all comers to become the youngest champion at SW19 for 110 years. And it was the same story at the US Open, where she dominated the field to win her 3rd Grand Slam singles title of the year. Along the way, she became the youngest ever player to reach the world #1 ranking, and all before her 17th birthday. Despite reaching more Grand Slam finals, Hingis would never quite hit those heights again at Roland Garros, Wimbledon or the US Open. She came desperately close to completing her set of Grand Slam singles titles in a famously bizarre and combustible Roland Garros final in 1999 against Steffi Graf. Blowing the lead from a set and 2-love up, she was deducted 2 penalty points for her behaviour, and on the verge of being defeated, she threw in an underhand serve on match point, provoking the Roland Garros crowd. The match became as memorable for Hingis' emotional meltdown as it was for Graf's victory. But Melbourne Park was always Hingis' happy place. She reached 6 singles finals in a row and went unbeaten there for 3 years, lifting the Daphne Akhurst Trophy in 1997, 1998 and 1999. Her last singles final at Melbourne Park came in 2002, when Jennifer Capriati edged her out in a bruising but memorable encounter, played in almost unbearable heat. But by the start of the noughties, she was increasingly finding herself outgunned by more powerful opponents in singles. She struggled against both Williams sisters, and their future dominance had much to do with her deciding to retire from singles in 2003, when she was still only 22. Much was said about the pressure on the young starlet's shoulders, but ultimately it was a second ankle surgery that forced her first retirement from the sport. Despite a singles comeback in 2006 that saw her rise to world number 7, Hingis continued to excel in doubles for the better part of the next 2 decades. She won 5 Australian Open women's doubles titles, the last one coming in 2016, more than 19 years after her first. Throughout her career, she won a staggering 13 Grand Slam doubles titles, 4 of them during a stellar 1998 season, and never lost a mixed doubles match in Grand Slam play, winning all 7 finals in which she played. She's also one of only 4 women to have won all 4 mixed doubles and women's doubles titles. In her illustrious career, she sent as many records tumbling in doubles as she did in singles. A truly remarkable athlete and an equally eventful career.